Hey, what's up? You're watching All the Way Up Crypto. I am your host, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. I don't do this stuff for myself. I do this to educate. Educate, and hopefully people appreciate the information I get out there. So feel free, help share these videos and get it out there, and tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends, tell everyone to check it out. Alright, I'm going to cover with you today a nice little privacy coin that's been around for a while. It wasn't always private, but it definitely is truly private now. It's Monero. I'm going to talk to you about Monero because I had some questions myself about it and wanted to dive a little bit deeper. So what do? Well, you go to the Monero homepage and dig in. And I've been watching some more videos about Monero and why is Monero Monero, and is it some good dinero? Monero. Hello, Monero. So let's talk about Monero here for a little bit and why I think it's a very, very strong cryptocurrency. First of all, the people behind it, they're pretty legit. And they have solved some problems or looked at things differently. They're thinking differently about some things that pertain to the blockchain world. So one of the things with Bitcoin we know is the transactions are transparent, which is good and bad. I mean, it's good because you can track things, but it's not truly anonymous. It's pseudonymous, and there's ways to kind of figure out who's sending who what. Monero takes this whole privacy idea pretty serious. They like the fungibility idea that you should be able to transact with people and no one should know what you bought or who you sent it to. So they use a technology called Ring CT, or Ring Confidential Transactions. So basically your transactions are hidden. They're not broadcasted, so to speak, out there in the blockchain. Only you, the sender and receiver, know where the money came from and where it was going. The technical stuff behind it I won't get into on how Ring CT works, but basically it's like sticking something in a washing machine and you don't know who stuck what in the washing machine and it came out and everybody got the right clothes. That's maybe not the best analogy, but it works, right? Anyway, so Monero's, I'm going to call it the expected total supply. It's not really the total supply because they have this thing called the TEL emission. Put some notes down here. So currently the total supply, the expected total supply in 2022, late May of 2022, is 18 million. All right? 17 million have been mined already. So a lot of the Monero is already out there. There's only about 1 million left to be mined at the slow emission rate that it's designed to do. All right? So the rewards are going to go down, and they continue to go down at this nice little rate. But think about this here for a second. We're about 2 years away from Monero, I'll just say 2.5 years away from Monero's reward being cut down drastically. So the reward after we'll call it the expected total, once we hit 18 million or so, it's 18 point something. It's going to go down to 0.6 Monero per block. Well, what happens with Bitcoin when it's having, once it finally gets to 21 million? When it's done, well, then how are the miners going to be rewarded? So the concept behind this slow TEL emission is to reward the miners to continue to secure the network. So if you look at something like Bitcoin or Litecoin, and what's going to happen when there's no more Bitcoin or Litecoin to be mined? Well, how are the miners going to secure the network? They need to be secured. They need to be compensated, so they'll be compensated simply with the fees that people are paying, which eventually is going to clear out people, the weekends, because everyone's going to want to go toward the cheapest fees, right? So if I'm sending transactions over the cheapest fees, so the miners are going to compete for the cheaper fees. In theory, I mean, we don't know, but in theory, you could assume that this is what would happen. As I'm going to try to lower, the cheapest fees I'll accept, so I can get as many fees as a miner to secure that into the blockchain. Which does what? Well, miners would slowly, why would you want to run a miner if you're not getting rewarded? So Monero thought about this, and so why not continue to reward the miners and still have some type of they call it a tail emission. So it's basically a 1% inflation, which goes down slowly over time, obviously, because you have more people out there mining, or more people using Monero, or so on and so forth, whatever. Okay, do you understand where that's going? So it's important that these blockchains continue to have miners to secure their network. Without them, it's not secure, because it'd be real easy to come in and take over, with your couple mining rigs. But if it's not, worth your money to do it, then why do it? Now, let's talk about the timing of this. The timing of when Monero reaches its quote-unquote expected total supply. I don't even remember what they technically call it. Should have wrote that down. But I found it interesting when I was reading about it. So, in May of 2022, when the rewards that were nice go down to 0.6, we should be somewhere at the height, or around the height, of this next bull run that'll come due to the Bitcoin halving. Now, this is under the assumption, again, that we're going to go up, exponentially here as a Bitcoin halving comes along. This is based off of 2 prior halvings. Will it happen? There's no guarantee that it will, but based off of the economics, you could probably theorize and assume that we're going to have another bull run. Some say we're in one now. Yeah, we're up from the low. Do I think we'll go back down to that 3,200? I don't anticipate going that low. Do I think we're going to see low? Is it, we're going to go lower from where we're at now? Absolutely. I feel that way, but it's all based off of my opinion, intuition, and information that I take in on a daily basis. Actually, maybe I'll do a video tomorrow, over the weekend, or next week, and show you my anticipated path for Bitcoin as it leads up to the halving. But anyway, I'm wondering if the timing of Monero being where it's going to be, and the halving of Bitcoin happening, and the anticipated increase in the value of cryptocurrencies coming up because of the halving, and a lot of other things, more institutional money will be coming in the next 2 years. You have, decentralized finance. You have a lot of developmental stuff. So the demand and awareness and stuff should be increasing. I mean, is it possible, because Monero will be completely all mined with, the bigger rewards in May of 2022, that there's going to be a good, strong store of value. It's private. People aren't going to know that you have it. I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I hear about it, the more information I hear from other people and developers and supporters, the more I'm liking Monero. Definitely something worth you looking into. So hopefully that was good and informational for you. Again, do your own research. I just wanted to throw that out there again. My goal is to help educate you guys, get information to you, not try to necessarily persuade you, but to get you to look at some different aspects of things. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. The sun is shining here in Pittsburgh. It is still chilly. It's not freezing though. It's only 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So all right, you guys take it easy, and until we meet again, stay crypto, my friends. Peace.